following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shanon Gross.
For the first time this year, that show intro is not a lie. Welcome to the show in studio live, Kurt Daniels.
Hey, all right. I wasn't sure you guys would let me back. Jesse's probably wondering who this strange ghost of a voice is that pops on once in a while.
I'm going to tell you, this is the safest place you could be in this building because Jesse fumigates this place.
That's great.
And wipes it down with Lysol.
He needs to with you two in here.
So if there's any questions about your immune system, this is the spot. This is like the bunker.
Nice.
The nuclear bunker if a nuclear war broke out. This is where you need to be.
I like it.
You're safe.
How you been, Kurt?
Good. I'm trying to get back into the swing
You
of
look
things
good.
here. Well,
You sound good.
trying.
You're still selfish. You didn't bring anybody any rosters
It's
or anything.
3 days into the week. I thought you'd have it covered. My apologies.
Man, we recapped the game Monday. We talked to fans yesterday. Today's Cowboys offense versus Dolphins defense, and I don't even know who plays for the Dolphins anymore.
you can look-
I don't think they know either.
I know Fink of Fitzpatrick doesn't play there anymore.
No, he's gone.
Yeah. Tell
Everybody
us,
else trying to get out of there.
what's been happening, Kurt? Don't give me this. Don't give me this now.
Just
How you been?
doing all right.
You good?
Yeah, just listening to you guys and
Yeah.
trying to get back.
Watching some football?
A little bit of football,
Yeah.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
good.
not
All right.
bad. Nobody wants to hear about me. Let's talk about this
Oh, you know what?
amazing Miami defense.
Well, before we do that, there's something we need to address. There's a rumor going around today that I've heard from several different places.
All right.
Someone may not be with the team today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Anybody?
What the
Anybody want to take a stab at who that might be?
I know it ain't gonna be Minka Fitzpatrick.
Rumor is Taco Charlton may not be a part of this team after today. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, Cowboys have to make room to bring back Robert Quinn on the 53. Mm-hmm. And so somebody got to go. And that's the nature of the business, right?
Yeah. I like the way y'all coordinated your outfits today, by the way.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Like that?
Look, me and Kurt are on the same page.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right.
Red side, blue side. like a Democratic debate here. Like a political debate. Democratic, Republican. But here's the thing. I hate for people to lose their jobs, right? Like that is like one of the worst feelings ever to lose your job. But this is the business that we are in. And every single year, it is Wills McClay's job. And I remember him telling me this. It's my job to replace you. It is my job to find someone who is younger, who is cheaper, who is better. That's his. That is literally
Were you
his
playing
job.
at the time when he told you that?
Yes.
Wow. That's
Yes.
pretty hardcore.
But he was just, because I was asking about scouting and stuff like that. And he was just saying, my job is literally to replace. And he wasn't saying me in particular, but he was just saying you and that guy and that guy and that guy. That's what they pay me to do, to find the next one. And Taco's had his opportunity. He's had a chance to go out there and prove to all the powers that be, Jerry, Steven, Jason, Rod, whoever, that I belong on this 53-man roster, that I belong on this football team. And you get to a point in time where a staff and an organization will look at you and say, we've got all we can get out of him. And if that's the case, that's what they're at with him right now. And I don't know how he acts in the meetings or in personal stuff with them, but he's come to a place now where his name has been put in that package of people who on this D-Day may be the ones that get called.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing is I smile and I laugh because with every guy, it has to be something behind you that likes you. Like with me and Jesse, it was a coach that had to stand up on the table saying, give this guy a chance. When you are a first-round pick, you have the blessings of the owner, the general manager, head official of scouts, coaches collectively, you have everybody on your side. Let me tell you what you have to do. It's one simple thing you have to do, and it may umbrella a couple of things. All you have to do is come in here and be very enthusiastic. Try to be where they ask you to be and hustle like hell. And they will find a reason to keep a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Do you think the reason he's leaving may be off the field more related and how he reacted around the team, not so much on the field?
No, I think it's on the field.
Yeah.
Because, for him, I don't see him being a disturbance off the field. For him, it's more so, why are you here? Mm-hmm. How can you help us? Because after a while, you say, you're a first-round pick, and we're trying and trying and trying, and we're just not able to squeeze any more juice out of this fruit.
I guess that's not off the field and like he's a problem in that way, but just the hustle part of it. Maybe he doesn't have the attitude they want.
Well, yeah. Well, then Rod Marinelli, he's spoken very, very unapologetically about that. Like, he wants guys who are going to bust their tail. He wants guys who are going to earn that jersey each and every week. And if you're not, this is just one of those deals where as much as we praise Will McClay, as much as we praise all that he has done with the draft, and every now and again, you're going to step up to the plate.
You miss.
And he's going to go, yeah! And this is we're that point with this draft pick with Will McClay.
It surprises me a little bit because it seemed like they had kind of given up, and then those last two preseason games, I was like, showed a little something, and then he was a healthy scratch first two games, and then it was kind of like, why isn't he getting a chance? So I don't know. And
that's key, right? When you're a healthy scratch, what is your attitude like? Mm-hmm. Let's see how you respond to this. Are you going to be a guy who runs the social media, start having cryptic tweets? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be a guy who shows up and busts his tail in practice, right? Are you going to be that guy, or are you going to be the guy that's like, well, they ain't play me week one, so I ain't coming to practice that hard today. That shows the character of who you are. The real person when adversity hits, the real person comes out. Mm-hmm. When your butt put to the flame a little bit, the real person comes out, exactly who you are. And so that might have been the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Week one, healthy scratch. How was he going to respond? And it could have been a simple test of, if he responds the right way with this, we'll finish out the rest of the year with him. But if he goes and starts sulking and, sitting in meetings like this and not showing up and not practicing and not being enthusiastic, check, gone.
And I hate to make it simple because I know we want everything to be dramatic. You are a first-round pick. All you have to do is come in the door, be enthusiastic about your job, line up and give effort in your assignment, and you are here for 4 or 5 years based off of that. Yeah. I'm going to say it again. You are a first-round pick. You have consensus from the top to the bottom. See, this is how simple this is. Nobody wants to hear how simple it is versus me and Jesse. A coach or two got to stand up on the table because the other coaches don't want us here. And we got to be busting our humps every day, missing. We get 4 and 5 days where we may not even practice, just begging for a chance. Here's a guy
afforded every opportunity. Every opportunity.
The character is the issue then. And do you think he's got the physical talent?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Because we know in this league, if you got talent, we'll put up with some stuff. If you got talent, right? Talent versus tolerance. If you got the talent, we will look in New England. You got talent, we'll put up with some stuff. Yeah. Look all across look here.
Here is a great example.
Here's the greatest example. Yeah. You can litter off the names from the 90s all the way up until present day. If you got talent, if you have talent, and I'm talking about talent. I ain't talking about everybody got talent that's playing in the National Football League.
But they drafted him, though.
Right.
See, that is what got me from day one. When they said it's more ways to get to the quarterback than speed, automatically I said, whoa, this ain't my guy.
Yeah.
because
that I remember when you heard that on the show.
Yeah,
you came on the show that day and you were like, "Yeah, okay,
I'm watching this guy."
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the number one thing that most scouts are looking for at the right defensive end versus the left tackle, if you don't have that number one thing, speed, that means you have an unlimited motor. That means that you never stop hustling.
Right.
You never stop running. Okay, y'all. I'm going to keep watching this film. I'm trying to find something that Miami does good.
For those, if you haven't seen it, Cowboys Twitter tweeted out that he was not at practice today. So.
Yeah, they don't need no injuries.
He ain't done nothing in 2 weeks. He ain't got no injuries.
But they don't need no mystery either. I think he's guaranteed. His money, I think, is guaranteed this year. So
money's guaranteed.
So the only way you can affect a player is lack of playing time, take away his money. He's guaranteed his money. So the playing time ain't never affected him because it ain't affected him in the last 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. So well, we don't know what's going to happen. But like I told you guys before the show start, what is it to say?
Yeah, you're right.
You're talking about watching film. You have a concern this week.
Yes, I do.
We talked about this at lunch.
Yes, I do.
And Jesse, I want you to chime in on this because we hit on this a little bit already this week.
Okay.
Tell us what you've been watching some tape.
Because we're doing Cowboys offense versus Miami's
but
defense.
we'll get into that in the second.
Okay,
segment.
all right.
I want to know because this is worth addressing because this is kind of an off the field issue.
Right.
Tell us what your concern is, and Jesse, you jump in here and give your 2 cents.
I want to know what Jason Garrett gonna tell these guys, because normally you can look at film, and we hear this a lot. They're not a true 0-2 team. They are better than their record. If you looked at any of these games, how can you sit in front of your players? You can't even utter that. I watched last week. I'm just watching 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Even a bad play for them defensively gained 3 yards versus their defense. When the back hit the wrong hole last week against the Ravens, it was a 3-yard gain. I mean, they had runs of 60, 70. It was ridiculous. I mean, you see good players on Miami, good pieces that's not playing to who you know, like Minkah Fitzpatrick. This dude can play. Mm-hmm. They got a linebacker number 49. I can't pronounce his last name, but his first name is Sam. He can play. They got a big nose guard number 56. These guys got something to give. But when you have that lack of energy, what is Jason going to tell these guys? I mean, what really?
They're that bad. They're that bad.
Yeah, they are that bad.
What did your coaches tell you guys? I mean, you guys.
It was attention to detail. They would get. One thing about them, we was a big percentage team. Mm-hmm. Percentage of this, and this, this, and it was almost about us. Coach Johnson would be talking about what we gonna do, how we gonna handle the thing, because he knew if we looked at the film, hey man, you better watch that right tackle, and you just see him get blowed by. The black right tackle got some talent, and you just see him get. It becomes about you. So I would like to be in one of those meetings and say, man, what's Coach Garrett saying?
It has to be along the same lines that you talked about with Coach Johnson.
Yeah,
it got to be about you right now. I looked at some of that stuff, and it is, it's bad. It is bad.
How does it get? These are still pro athletes. They're still NFL players.
Right.
If you are on a starting roster, you are an elite athlete. Mm-hmm. They've got to have good enough athletes to fill out a starting line. How do you get as a team, like you said? Minkah Fitzpatrick is a great athlete. They've got pieces that are good. How do you as a team get that bad?
Because you come to the stadium knowing that they don't even want us to win, and then you start looking around and saying,
"Is it a mind thing?"
Yeah.
Mental?
Mm-hmm. You start looking around and say, "What did he just call? Base defense in this right?"
You see Julian Edelman go in motion, and block your best defensive lineman.
It comes to a point in time when mentally guys are just saying now, I'm just here to collect my check. I'm just here to collect my check and hope I don't get hurt. And so, I got to play 60 snaps. All right, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because I'm here. But mentally, these jokers checked out Wednesday. They ain't check out Sunday. They checked out Wednesday.
Of last week.
Because you come into this thing, you're saying, we don't have a chance in hell. So you want me to do what again? Run through a wall? For what?
But doesn't your pride take over at some point? And you go,
some of these guys, it will.
Some of them it will.
It will, man.
Some of them it will. But again, you're not dealing with an old school type of crowd, right? You're dealing with more of the younger generation now, and
these kids will quit in a heartbeat.
They'll shut down for anything.
Man, you see some of the college games. I mean, even I'm talking about the Power 5, especially in the Big 12. They will shut it down. I'd be like, how did they just quit like that? That's the new world, man.
The generation is different.
Yeah, they'll quit in a heartbeat because if I scream and cuss at you, then you go into a deep depression. So I can't. So
they pressing charges then.
So if I
now they go on to social media and pressing charges.
So
on
if I pet you, then it's all right to fail. This is a thin line, man. I respect all coaches that are out there trying to do this thing.
So you're telling me the real world and the real workforce is just like on the field.
It is.
It's a new generation. It's a new attitude. It's a new way that you have to treat the new generation.
Brother,
and you know what?
Let me say
I
this.
feel so old right now because I sound like my dad and my grandpa.
Old.
You kids. But it is. It's a different
Get off my
generation.
lawn.
Let me say this. A dude walked up to me the other day. He's a Steelers fan. He walked up to me and said, Cowboys used to get in their face. I said, let me tell you something right now. If an offensive lineman is making $15 million this year and Bill Cowher's making $7 and Bill Cowher cussed this dude out and this dude is guaranteed $15 million right now regardless of what you do to him, you think that cussing out going to really affect this kid? He looked at me. I said, think about it now. Bill's making $7. And this kid is making 15, and on the new year of next year, he's gonna make another 15. Guaranteed.
He might punch him in the face.
So
I'm serious.
You know what was so funny is when and I'm talking about media, tried to make a big deal out of what happened between Brown and the general manager of the Raiders.
Mike
I said,
Mayock.
fella, I'm like, is we really thinking, that something is going to happen that's going to really affect Antonio Brown at this point in time? Well, he won't make $30 million. No, he won't, but he will make another guaranteed $9 million and with a possibility to make $5 million. So is he really lost any money? And if he have a halfway decent season with these Patriots, somebody else out there say, hey, man, the Patriots did it. We're going to guarantee him another $9 million. So does that not prove what we just said in the new generation? Yeah. This dude got rewarded for disrespecting the Steelers, went out and made more money with the Raiders, possibility, disrespected the Raiders, and still got paid.
With the potential to make $15 million in New England. Non-guaranteed right now can make up to $15 million. And he'll probably, most likely, he's going to the playoffs. Right? One of the Patriots aren't going to the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah. He'll probably play in at least the AFC Championship game, maybe a Super Bowl.
Make all that extra money. And then if he balls out, if his worth goes way up and he's going to make even more money in 2 years.
Again, if they go to the AFC Championship game, he's probably hit all the escalators that he had in his contract, and he'll probably come more close to that $15 million guaranteed. And then next year he'll go somewhere for another $15 million and do that. And the next year
he's living on the other side of Tom Brady's mansion by himself. He got like 30,000 square foot crib.
Rent free.
I was telling you guys earlier at the table, I'm like, fellas, this thing is so different now. Perception, man.
But
it's just perception now.
Is it that way even with all the players? Because I see Brown as a prima donna and he's that kind of talent, he can get away with it. But you got guys on the Dolphins roster who, they don't have any leverage. They don't have any reason to speak up.
Yes, they do. It's somebody on that team that got a $20 million bonus, signing bonus. That's their money. It's somebody.
But still.
No, listen, brother. It's somebody on there on the 5th of November next whenever when the new year comes, they have a bonus of $5 million that's guaranteed if they own that roster. And now you ain't gonna just kick him off until you know you got somebody to replace him. Yes, sir, Kurt. I'm trying to tell you the truth. This money is guaranteed. It's called a percentage of what the players get. So the majority of this money is guaranteed. So a guy that's making $25 million and guaranteed $10 million, he going to be there at least 2 years. He going to be there.
But that's
because
one
if you
guy. That's one guy making $20 million. You know how many guys? Most of their.
How many guys? Okay.
I'm looking at their payroll right here. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 guys making more than $4 million. Everybody else is making $2 million.
But we don't know their signing bonuses. Do you know their signing bonuses? Do you know their signing bonuses?
Yeah, I got them here. None of them are huge. One guy.
So $3 million ain't huge.
I'm just saying, do they have the same kind of leverage as a guy?
It ain't about leverage. It's about I'm getting paid right now, and I'm here for another 2 years.
The biggest thing, a lot of those players, you can't cut off 53 of them.
Right, yeah.
So that's one of the biggest things that, you ain't going to cut all of us. And what happens is, like in most locker rooms, when the culture and it starts from the top. When that culture is bad and it begins to trickle down to the locker room, now it's an infected locker room. And now everybody, they know that we're not going to win it. We probably won't win a football game this year. So as long as I'm not the worst, I don't have to be the best. If I just stay somewhere in the middle and stay healthy, most of these guys are like, I'm going to get paid this year, and then we'll see what they do next year. They can't replace all of us, so I'll just stay above the line but not dip too far under it. Mm-hmm. Some of these guys don't even want to be here. Some of these guys are asking to leave.
Yeah.
Are asking to be, hey, let me go, trade me, release me, let me go somewhere else. This isn't even healthy. Like, the NFL shouldn't even allow this.
Yeah.
This type of stuff gets these people hurt, where someone who is saying, you know what, I really am trying to make something in my career. And I'm going super hard, and the 10 of us are going, one of us is going really hard, and 10 of us aren't, and now I end up with the injury. And now my knee is shot, or my ankle is shot, or my shoulder is shot, or my neck is shot, and now I can't never play this game again because our whole infrastructure is jacked up and janky, and it's unfortunate, but this is the modern way of doing things now. Is you tank for a couple years, and then you try to rebuild it.
Every year, you lose anywhere from 10 to maybe 20 players. So that leaves you with 30 guys. You can't cut those 30 that's left. And if those 30. If 12 of them are infected by this losing culture, yes, what I'm
everything.
telling you is for real, brother. Why do you think Detroit cannot win? You think Matthew Stafford don't want to win? Why do you think they brought Patricia in there? Not because he's some great coach, but because he connected to Belichick and maybe he can swing this culture. Brother, this is what it is.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because here is the issue that Brian Flores is going to have. Bill Belichick had the luxury of time to build that culture, right? If you go back to when the Patriots weren't good and when they weren't switching out coaches, when Bill first took that job, you weren't switching out coaches every 3 or 4 years. So he had the luxury of time on his side to come in, to build a staff, to build a culture, to build a way about doing things in New England. And then it began to produce championships. The problem that Brian Flores and Matt Patricia and all of the others that are on that coaching tree, they don't have the luxury of time. These guys don't have 6, 7, 8 years to turn a program around. You got 3 or 4, maybe 4. Mm-hmm. And the part that's going to suck for Brian Flores, we're really going to suck about him, and not making it a white or black thing. But a lot of times, there's not many black head coaches in the National Football League. So you fight to finally get that job. And I'm finally a head coach. I finally get there, and it's Miami. And now we're going through a rebuilding process. So we're gonna suck this year.
Right.
We're probably going to suck next year. And then finally, when things begin to turn, oh, wait a second. Lincoln Riley wants to come and coach in the NFL now? Oh, okay. See you, Brian Flores. And now he doesn't get a chance to actually see the fruits of his labor harvest. Right? He's gone. And now he's back to being a coordinator somewhere. So that's going to suck for him. But it's also trying to build that New England culture in other places. You don't have the luxury of time. Bill had time to do it, where you were able to sit quarterbacks. Remember that time? Remember that time, Kurt, when you would sit that first string, that first round quarterback about a year or two or three,
That's
and
over.
Then no, that's over.
Yeah.
He goes right now. You change it right now because fans want it right now. If not, we pick up our phones and we tweet about it, and we get on our Instagrams and we get on our podcasts and we yell about it and we fight about it. And now ownership is like, fire him and fire him and fire him. And now you're looking at that's why bad programs like this stay bad programs.
Bill Belichick not only walked into a dream job, he turned down the Jets job. Remember when he turned down the Jets
No,
job?
he accepted the Jets job.
Hired him,
And then he left in the middle of the night.
That's what I'm saying. But in essence, this was Robert Kraft realizing this is a beast. I'm going to bring him in here, and I'm going to give him control. I'm going to let him do this. And I'm going to give you another way this happened again. Sean Payton, this dude's a beast. I'm going to give him, let him pick his own GM. When you are that type of elite coach, and that's why I'm not giving up on the Saints, you know your personnel, you know what you want. He went out and got his quarterback with a bad shoulder. He went out and got, you my man. So I tell people now, players walk into their domain, and he's telling them what to expect, how to act. You don't have that now with most coaches. It's a carousel. Like, what is the coach of the Cardinals telling Fitzpatrick them?
Fitzgerald.
What is he telling them?
No, he's more so asking. He's asking Larry Fitzgerald. He's like, you're right. He's like, hey, Larry, what do you think about this?
And think about this. What'd you just say? It takes time to change a culture.
Yeah.
And you have to give a head coach time to keep giving the same message and turn that around. Just saying, let this sit in for all you guys that hate Coach Garrett and wanted to fire him over the last 8-9 years.
Though. It's been 9 years. It's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
We've got a good culture here, though, don't you think?
Yeah. But now you got to
deliver.
Win.
Now you got to deliver. Now you got all the tools around you. No excuses.
I'm looking at their defense. I'm just looked at the Dolphins' defense. They ran 3 guys.
Thanks for paying attention to the show.
No, we talking about their defense. They ran 3 guys into the C gap. A, B, and C. They ran 3 guys literally into the C gap. That don't work in football. That is undisciplined, and that is flat wrong. He just completed a 5-yard pass, no problem. How do you change that?
All right, let's take a break. Maybe we'll get into Cowboys offense, Dolphins defense. Maybe we won't. When we come back on Hangin' with the
Your
Boys.
new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
Right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store and learn how to buy one smartphone and get a second one on us. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2018.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code Dallas at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Work the Cowboys way and channel the winning business tradition of the Dallas Cowboys and the Jones family at Formation. This dynamic workspace provides an elevated work experience on the Star's aspirational campus with exclusive membership options available to meet varying needs. Choose from open workspaces, dedicated desks, and private offices to leverage our home field advantage for your individual business success. Limited memberships are available now, so apply today at formationatthestar.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
It's been a long time. We got to get some better reads. These are boring. Kurt,
Yeah.
do your job.
It's the only reason I'm here, right?
Yes.
Tailgating can be sweaty work. The unloading, the grilling, the games of cornhole. There you
Nate,
go.
cornhole.
Make sure your tail remains sweat-free with Tommy John, the breathable, moisture-wicking underwear that keeps you 2 to 3 times cooler than regular cotton. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear and keep your rear comfortable. Go to TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order. Man, this is a long read.
Reading's hard.
That's TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
Yeah, we got to. Maybe that's what you can do if you got some downtime. Write us some new Tommy John reads.
You think they'd pay me for that?
Maybe we can find out. Give you some free underwear, that's for sure.
Why would you want to be paid? Just do it as a team player.
Hey.
Those guys are getting paid.
Wait, hold on.
I'm with Kurt. Get paid, brother. I don't do nothing for free. Get paid.
Don't act like you doing this show pro bono,
we
Nate.
asking these players.
I never said they were getting paid for nothing.
I got a question for y'all because this is a lot more. We basically have covered the Miami defense.
They suck.
Well, I got a question for you, but I got a question for everybody before I ask you your question. I know that's probably confusing.
Yeah.
Rumors are, we're watching NFL Network in here, that Jalen Ramsey wants out of Jacksonville. If you were the Cowboys, would you go after him, or are you good with the corners we have and just stand pat?
I'm staying pat.
Yeah? About you?
If the price is right, I'm going to get him. I'm sorry.
Ain't no price right because they're going to want a 1, a 3, and a 5.
I'm just saying, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Brother,
If I
Jalen is – where do you rank him, Jesse, as a cornerback?
One of the best in the league, top 3.
1, a 3, and a 5.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The price is too steep.
Yeah.
If the price was if it wasn't too steep, absolutely. And he wouldn't be a problem here.
But now let me say this. I would give the 1, the 3, and the 5. But I know Jerry hates that.
Right. Jalen said he'd never play for the Joneses?
Yeah.
You think he would
he'd play?
Mr. Jones take him out to the crib, treat him like
Pick him up on the helicopter, fly the jet to go get him.
You want to come to practice? Leave the Brinks truck over there.
Yeah.
You can land him on the helicopter.
You talking about getting paid?
Yeah.
But we ain't got to worry about Amari this year. We got you. Come on.
Why do you think he wouldn't be a problem here, Jesse?
Because when you win, when good things are happening,
Winning helps.
Winning helps. I promise you, winning helps.
Helps everything.
Look at the winning organizations. You never hear about this stuff from the winning organizations. The teams who are winning and consistently winning, not every 5. The teams that are consistently winning, you don't hear about this stuff. There's never disgruntled players. Players enjoy winning. When things are going well, you shut up and you do your job. It's when things are falling apart, you see the Miami 20 guys asking to be released. You see the Jalen Ramsey wanting to get up out of there. You see what was happening in Pittsburgh with Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. When those type of atmospheres that you're in, those guys are like, a coach can coach for 40 years. An owner can own for 50 years. A player got a time clock. Mm-hmm. I'm on the clock, bro. I'm on the clock. And if I can't get this done right now, the money and the winning and the championships, let's get me out of here. And we've come to a place now where all you have to do is get on one of these things and complain really, really loudly, and it moves the needle. I think if Jalen Ramsey came here, he would fit right on in. I think Chris Richard would look him in the face and say, man to man, I respect you, you respect me. We have any issues, we come and sit down man to man. All that other stuff that we've seen, nah, we ain't handling it that way. And I think a lot of time when you have that relationship and then you couple that with winning, and everybody in this locker room is his age. He respects Zeke. He respects Dak. Right? He was probably remember a year or two ago when he said
you just hit the key.
Y'all want to hold hands the rest of the show? I mean, y'all dressed alike. Now y'all on the same page.
Hey, bro. Hey, he inspired me. Okay. Yeah. You know I had to come sooner or later. Kurt.
Yeah.
Shanon.
Jesse, 4th and long.
Oh, I got you added to the profile, by the way. You're good.
I saw that. I tweeted it out. Thank you.
When you have respect for what the organization is doing, and you can see that you're going in the right direction, players will ride with you.
Mm-hmm.
Remember last year, 17-0, AT&T Stadium, big, beautiful screen. Who did you see just sit back there with his helmet kicked to the side, legs open, looking at the screen?
Jalen.
He ain't never gained the respect back. That team has never gained his respect back because they like, you got Bortles lining up over there throwing all these interceptions and asking us as a defense to go out there and turn this around.
Yeah.
Kurt, would you go after him?
No. Well, again,
If the price
would
was right.
be great, but otherwise, no. I mean, we've got a good set of corners. I wouldn't want to give up the farm to go get him.
Okay, Kurt, is there a corner on this football team currently, right now, as we sit here today, better than Jalen Ramsey?
No, I mean, again, he's one of the elite players in the league, but
it's a lot.
I wouldn't give up that much. I think we've got the players to do the job without giving up first.
Yeah, and he in his contract.
What would you give up for him? Would you give up a first?
Draft picks don't. Only draft picks matter to me is that you win 6 or less games. Then I ain't giving up no draft picks. So I got a chance to build off of the elite college players. That's when my coach really becomes key.
But you got to think, the Cowboys, if we continue, especially on your record, Cowboys go 16-0, right?
Right.
What their draft pick going to be?
32.
29, 30, 31,
so you can
32.
give it up. That's why I say you can give it up.
That's a second-round pick.
Right.
If you're telling me I'm going to go get this guy who will change the we talked about it. What does his defense need? A ball playmaking.
Yes.
Jalen Ramsey's that guy. The ball comes his way. He ain't dropping it. He is going to attack. And again, guys feed off that. He is a game-changing player. And I get it. The 1, the 5, the 3, that is a lot. But we're not talking about the Cowboys getting a top 5 pick or top 10 pick. They ain't picking to late. Even the last couple of years, they've been middle to end to late round. And then and you ask any scout, ask Broadus, ask Will McClay. Once you start getting to that 23 to 32, those guys all can be second, third round players. It's not like it only matters for the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are the special guys.
What's the right price for you? What would you give up?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
When you see something you want, the Steelers said, forget this. We ain't going to have a good record, but we going to get Minka. And they gave it that first and that third or whatever for Minka Fitzpatrick, the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it up. When you see what you want, and they are a safety team. They are a team that's different than us. We don't believe in safeties the way the Steelers believe in playmaking safeties. It is a key to what they do. So when you see that, you got to know that.
You're playing the AFC. You're gonna need you got Mahomes. You got Rivers. You got Tom. You're gonna need some defenders back there.
Yeah. So they went and got it. So I understand what Jesse's saying. I understand but corner ain't our issue. You know, that's why I'm saying, okay, now I wouldn't mess with him right now. Now, we got 3 or 4 more weeks before the deadline comes. Let's see, will Jacksonville soften their stance? And then can we get in there? But right now, no, because him and the coach almost got into a physical thing. Okay, now how does that play in the locker room? You got to get out a week or 2. Is they talking? Is they conversing? Is they, you know what I'm saying? Is they getting through to him? Is he still willing to follow the game plan, or is he out there on his own island?
You know he shut it down. You already know he's like, listen, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right.
In the words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I don't get fined. He's lost respect for those guys.
Yeah,
he's lost respect for those guys.
Wow.
You see the difference between second round of the playoffs and Super Bowl? That one guy?
And boy, you said something that I keep telling folks.
Yes.
Kurt, you just said something that was so special. That's why I didn't cry over Minka, because we still have an opportunity, barring injury on our front end, to still get deep into the playoffs. But if you can't get deep into the playoffs off our front end, yeah, we need Minka and we need this kid from Jacksonville because those are going to be difference makers that get you that interception that takes you over into the NFC Championship game.
Because you got to think, if this Cowboys team is going to go to the NFC Championship game, you're going to likely have to play a Ryan, a Breeze, a Wilson, someone of Wentz,
a
Goff,
kid,
right. You're talking about that's 5 teams right there, and you can almost guarantee that a lot of those teams are going to be pass happy and pass heavy teams. So does he make he makes the difference? Because he can go and can shadow the best. He can go and can have that game-changing interception, game-changing play that we said it before. Anthony Brown is the most unlucky. I found out about the whole what was it?
Blake Jarwin, snake bite.
Snake bite.
He's a defensive snake bite.
He's the defensive side. Like Anthony Brown is always in the most perfect position.
Him and Cheeto.
Right? They're always there. They're right there. Reception. He turn around. Just put your hand up. He's right. Jalen, it's a difference. It's a difference. And I'm not saying that it will take him there, but you add him to your roster is definitely.
Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Sold me. I'm sold. Let's go.
I'll give you an example. Seattle is our example. Their back end was so far ahead of their front end they used to get sacks because their back end, when I'm talking about their first 2 or 3 years, their back end was so cold till it pressed and helped April and the other guys to be who they are, man. And once they got going, then they started giving back to the back end by making those great plays up front. If you got you have to have 1 or 2 players that are difference makers that not only can take you to the next level, but get other guys to raise their game up.
I'm trying to envision how that would look if your back end was so far in front of your front end. How would you walk?
Daddy, I have trouble.
Would you walk really weird? All right, let's take another break.
Look at some of them young ladies. Some young ladies be built like that.
The back end's way in front of their front end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm with you, Kurt. I'm with you, brother.
Let's go to break.
So you're back in, man.
We'll be right back on Hanging with the Boys.
For your next AT&T Stadium barbecue, gear up with OtterBox, the official outfitter of tailgating. It starts with the Venture Cooler. Built tough in America, Venture keeps ice for days and days. Or stay light on your feet with Trooper Soft Coolers, perfect for packing in your signature side dishes.
Tailgating wouldn't be complete without a beverage, so pour one into the OtterBox Elevation Tumbler. It keeps your drinks frosty and toasty. Discover more about OtterBox line of tailgate essentials at otterbox.com.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their Deal Score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code Dallas at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
The excitement of Dallas Cowboys football is back at AT&T Stadium.
The place is going crazy in Arlington, Texas.
Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live when they host their NFC East rivals, the Eagles, Giants, and Redskins, plus the Green Bay Packers and more.
Elliott works his way through and walks the dog.
Single game tickets are on sale now. Get them before they're gone.
First and goal, quarterback sneak. Prescott pushes up the middle. Touchdown.
Visit DallasCowboys.com to get your tickets today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
We back. Single game tickets, man. I'm telling you, if you want to go to a game this year, this is going to be the cheapest game to go to. Go to SeatGeek. Go to DallasCowboys.com, and then that'll redirect you to SeatGeek, and then you can buy all the tickets you want. Because you need to get.
Because this game here will be open.
Get me a ticket too. I'll come with you.
Yeah, Jesse will go with you.
I ain't doing nothing on Sunday. I'll come through.
Wow, don't say that. You never know, bro. Something may pop up.
Something may pop up, and I'll be ready to go. But until then, get me a ticket, and I'll come to the game.
All right, Jesse will go to the game if you want to buy him a ticket.
And pay for my parking.
Well, go with Kurt.
I won't be going.
Where are you going? Where are you going to be Sunday?
I work from home.
Oh, okay. I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, already?
Actually, I kind of like it. This show was so boring until you showed up today.
No,
it
it's
was
not
so
true.
nice and respectful, and Nate would have an opinion, and Jesse would wait for Nate to finish, and then Jesse would have an opinion, and then Nate would chime in, and then they would hold hands and sing Kumbaya. You come in here, and you just start throwing out these one-liners, and you get Nate so fired up, and he's talking over Jesse, Jesse's talking over you, and you just sent the show into chaos, Kurt.
No, I'm sorry. Just trying to create conversation.
Nah, you put a little Larry's
Then
on
the
it.
end of the show, we closing out and talking about front and back. And
Yeah.
No, I didn't go down that path. You
Kurt,
started that.
Kurt likes a booty.
Well, you know.
You a booty man, Kurt?
Hey. Quickly.
What?
He likes like rock music.
Hard rock.
And he likes.
I like it all.
He like it all, but he'll do a country in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm a rhythm and blues, but I'm like, Shanon, listen to everything. You got anything special?
I'm R&B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old school or new
Yeah,
school?
I don't know.
You don't know what these kids are listening to these days?
They
R&B.
too rough.
Doug, what are you?
Eclectic.
What in the world? Hold on. What is that?
That's that music with the
For real, Douglas?
I'm like you, Shannon. I like
Man, he walk around all the time talking about Run DMC music. Doug, you done threw me on a blind trail.
I like 1980s, 1990s rap.
Okay.
I like oldies, like the Beatles and the Beach Boys and
There
stuff.
you go.
I like grunge. I like Pearl Jam.
What bro Will like?
I like mid-90s pop. William.
Bro Will, what you like?
Ain't gonna say Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Old school hip hop, R&B,
right.
says Will.
Every now and then, man, I'll turn on the up-to-date stuff. Hitting. Whenever I feel that mood to get some, I turn on these young dudes, man, and don't even be listening to the words, just be listening to the beat.
Yeah.
You know, hit the beat about minute and a half. My wife go to screaming. I just want to hear her scream. Turn that down. What, baby? I can't hear you. What? Turn that down. Okay, you all right?
Yeah, my favorite station like Anita Baker. I'll go to Anita Baker Pandora station and just go to work. Like
Anita Baker, man.
You go to her Pandora station or find like one of her, her Apple stations.
Hey man. Hey,
why are you trying to close out the show?
Anita, no, I'm just saying he just came with. What's your favorite artist besides the dude in Mexico?
Oh man, man, that's a tough question. I don't know if I have it. You know what? I don't even care for his music that much. I just go for the experience. I don't mind it, but he's not my favorite country artist.
Okay, but who is? Think about it, Kurt. Give us your
Listen to my guy Chase Rice.
Yeah, I know Chase Rice.
I played college football with Chase Rice.
Did you really?
Yeah.
He played at UNC.
Yes. Yeah.
Didn't know
friend
that.
of mine.
Nice.
Hey, we had a show yesterday.
Yeah, because he's buddies with. Did you play with Connor Barth?
Yes.
I met Connor. This is a random story.
Where's Connor from?
Connor's from North Carolina.
Yeah, from North Carolina. He played with the Saints for years and a couple other places.
Tampa.
I met him cheerleader calendar shoot 3 or 4 years ago. He was in Bimini at the hotel and casino we were staying at. He was there with one of his buddies, and I randomly met him at the bar, and we just started talking.
Yeah.
And I remember I think he said y'all had a locker across from each other or
He
next
was
to each
10,
other.
I was 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was 9, he was 10.
That's so
man,
random.
let me tell you something. This show for the last 2 days been 85% North Carolina. People calling in, his relatives.
Jesse had his
friends.
family calling in
I heard
yesterday.
there's a little family call. That's all right.
This
people that
North
he's
Carolina
adopted, everything. Wow.
That's
good.
Real quick, Kurt.
Yeah.
Before we get to everybody's artists, let's talk a little bit about Cowboys offense.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, not a lot.
All right.
We got about 5 minutes.
Okay.
You haven't been on the show. 2 games. What are you liking, or what are you most impressed by the Cowboys offense?
Well, just everybody's involved, and I don't know, it's Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott, the whole gang, but it's just fun to see what he's targeted. 7 guys caught passes the first week, I think, 8 last week, and it's just a fun group to watch.
Is there anything that concerns you?
No, outside of injuries, you hope the Gallup thing isn't too big of a blow, but
he thinks the running back's overpaid.
No, don't open that can of worms, Douglas.
Yeah, I can't believe we've got through the whole show, Nate, and you've let that slide.
No, because you next, Jesse.
I will say one thing that concerns me, and this goes back to a point that Nate made 2 weeks ago, coming out of training camp. Connor Williams.
Yeah.
He's been getting blown up.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game last week.
And again, they're going to test that again, right?
They got a big number, 56.
They do have some big guys in the middle.
They're going to test that.
Godcheck, that's a big man. He's a big 56, a big man.
Mm-hmm.
Connor Williams is going to have to find a way to hunker down and to hang in there and to be more stable in that offensive line, because the one thing that you don't want as a quarterback, and you hear it all the time, get pressure in their face. And Connor's getting walked back into the lap of Dak Prescott. And then that leads to a multitude of things. High throws, Dak's mechanics is off. You mess
the
around.
Center can't help other people.
You mess around and Dak go to throw the ball and you got walked into his lap. A la what happened kind of to what the Saints quarterback hit his thumb on a helmet. I don't want to be back there with a quarterback at his launching pad.
Yeah.
No lineman should be back there anyway.
Yeah.
So for Connor Williams, he has to do a much better job of hunkering down, staying in there, getting set. Use Travis Frederick to your right, use Tyron to your left to really sink down in there, man, and hold your ground. He did a great job this offseason with putting on the weight, but like
every game, man. Even in preseason, he's been living on the edge, and I kind of been trying to tell y'all, Connor's living on the edge.
Was that something that he can improve with technique, or is he just not big enough, and there's nothing he can do about it?
He's big enough.
He is big enough.
Now, is he truly strong? See, people don't understand. Some of us is gifted with full-grown man strength.
Mm-hmm.
So when we add the weight strength, we become excellent. This dude, does he have that full-grown man strength?
Because you heard he got stronger in the offseason. Everybody was talking about how he got in the weight room and he got stronger, but sounds like it's not translating.
But sometimes that's different, man. Like some guys can
Football
go into the weight room
so
and lift the weight. Like I played with a guy, Bobby Carpenter, right? If you look at Bobby Carpenter, he was a weight room god. He looked the part, would go in the weight room and throw weights, all over the place.
Come out, body be pulsating.
Man.
I'm serious.
And then get on the field and you're like, wait, dude, I just saw you bench 415 and this tight end just drove you back 10 yards. What's happening here?
Like one dude told me, say, you can bench press 400 pounds, but 400 pounds don't move like 250. Weights is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Weights is right here. Weights is right here. A human being is everywhere.
Yeah, your number 56 you were talking about, 6'3", 311. That was almost Nate Newton size back in the day.
Yeah, that's on a good day. That's when they added about 4 months.
That was before Wing Wednesday.
Yeah.
What was the lightest you ever played at?
About 310. I was at right tackle. That's when Jimmy gave me an ultimatum. Either I play right tackle or play the street.
So you slimmed down?
I slimmed down, man. You talking about, brother, man, I felt good. I looked good. Well, at least I thought I did. And I had a hell of a season. If we'd have had the modern day, like they had a modern day Pro Bowl, I knew I'd have went because guys want to play, and it'd have got me in there.
You'd been like the fourth choice?
I've been the fourth choice, yeah.
What was the heaviest you ever played at?
Oh, probably about 340.
Really?
Roll grading, baby. Let's get cheek to cheeky, just move. Cheek to cheeky, just move, baby.
What'd you play at, Jesse? How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3"?
Well, you taller than me.
My lightest was 208.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
You played?
Was that right after the gruesome killing that y'all did in 4th and Long? You stayed a little heavy for that?
No. Like when I got with the Cowboys, I had to report to camp at 212 pounds. So when I got my reporting weight of 212 pounds, and I made sure I was under because I didn't want any excuses.
Right.
208.
What was the heaviest you played at?
227. My rookie season.
What are you at now?
230.
Okay.
Yeah. Ish.
That's all muscle, right? All muscle. No wing stop. Kurt, this man, did you watch the Wingstop show?
I missed that one, though.
Dude, like 17. I had 17 count.
It was so awesome because he was still fairly new to the show. He didn't really know how the show went. He's still feeling me and Nate out. They bring all this food in, and he's kind of looking at us like, are they going to really eat on the air? I was like, man, just go at it. As soon as he heard that, headphones come back, sit on his dreads. It's like, and he didn't say a word for the whole segment. We look over there, he had a boneyard. It looked like he murdered like 45 chickens over there.
I'm going to tell you how bad it was. And Doug told me not to say that. He had to literally come in and replace this. No. It was just red. Had to
No, when I pushed my mic way to the other line,
I had about 3 or 4 people text me screenshots, and they were like, man, Jesse went in on those wings.
Yeah, he had like 17, man, in like
they was hot.
minutes.
I wanted to get them while they was hot. Nobody wants cold wings.
Oh, they were so good. We'll get them back in here for you, Kurt.
Awesome.
You like wings?
I do. I don't know how many I really eat right
can
now.
y'all stop? They can't hear me. Tell them to stop.
You still
Sony
watching
Michel.
video over there?
Yeah. Cause
what are you telling them to stop?
Sony Michel, the running back for New England.
All right, tomorrow, Cowboys defense.
They just ran off a 15-yard play, then just ran off behind that a 27-yard pass.
Nate, I hope these guys don't mess up your record.
What in the world is Jason Garrett going to tell
Everyone is asking who looked better in that red shirt, me or Nate.
Guys
you
look
look
good.
Better.
Oh, you guys look good.
I'm a big ugly, and I'm going to always be a big ugly, and I love it.
Nate feels his out better, even though you have like the extra medium.
Yeah, I had the bigger boobs.
You do.
Yeah.
So strong at the balls.
Kurt don't like you then.
Yeah.
Kurt vote for Jesse.
He got the big rump too. He got the big rump too.
Can we say that on the air? I just said that.
Rump?
No, the other thing.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Probably
I'm
not.
sorry.
Say it again. Let's see.
No, sir, I'm not.
Well, Kurt,
56 is
good having you back,
Good to
man.
be back.
Glad you're back
brother.
in the studio.
Welcome back, brother.
Jesse, thanks for being here, man. Nate, thanks for bringing it. Doug.
We might have to switch. We don't want like white and black on the different side of the table. We might have to just switch it around. You and I might switch sides, or Kurt and I switch sides.
Come on, man.
So we can have
Look at
some.
him.
We didn't notice that.
Been
know, but
on
just-
the show a week and a half. He already making it a black and white thing, and then trying to mix up the arrangement and everything, man.
to be, just
In 2 plays.
Nate is still watching this film.
You're a glutton for punishment.
No, how do you look at a player and say, hey, man, these dudes are better than what they are on film? And then they give up.
Then they watch the film. All right, Nate, here's your job for tomorrow. Go find at least 1 or 2 things that we can talk about their offense.
the coin toss.
The coin toss?
Yeah, they do that better.
That's one.
72 Dolphins.
All right, Dougie, thanks for keeping us on the air. William, thanks for helping out. Caden, thanks for staying away. We will be back
I saw
tomorrow on Hanging with the Boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.